as it relates to a right to rescue, because that's the precedent that we're speaking about, that has been set, is being set. Your and Alicia's victory comes after a really historic trial last October, in which DSE activists, one of them, Wayne Chung, were acquitted by a Utah jury after facing a decade in prison. This was a felony, right, that they were charged with, for rescuing 2 sick, dying piglets, which were said to be worth $42 each from Smithfield's Foods. And so it feels like more and more of DXC's rescues are making their way to trial finally, right? And I think I read
there
that
are
2 more cases. Or what'd you say?
Yeah, there are more. There are several cases coming up this year.
Right. There's a couple more. Right. This right to rescue I mean, activists, people like you facing jail, prison, are convincing juries that you have a right to rescue. Now we have 2 instances. So what does that mean? How does it make you, that's what you did this for?
Yeah, I really felt it was important. You know, we were offered, I think it was 5 plea deals before this that didn't involve jail time, that involved like a fine of $45, I think. And then, oh no, sorry, I don't think there was, I don't remember if there was a fine, but there was you don't come back to Merced for a year and, you know, do 45 hours of community service. I think that was maybe the last one I got. And, you know, we just turned them down because we felt it was so important that the chickens be heard in court, that we have to do that to advance animal rights. This case, you know, I think this case had to do more with us than the actual chickens' rights, which I wish that we, you know, it's great that we got acquitted, but we got acquitted because it was called mistake of law. The humans didn't realize that they were, they felt that they were doing the right thing. So it was all about the humans, right? Mm-hmm. And Wayne and Paul Picklesheimer, who won in Utah, the case that you mentioned, they won on value, arguing that the piglets had no value to foster farms, therefore it couldn't be considered a felony. What we want ultimately,
because they were so sick, the pigs, is that why they had no value?
They were so sick. Exactly. They were so little, they wouldn't have survived. And that's a very interesting case. Actually, people should definitely go back and look at that. If you go to Direct Action Everywhere, you could find some accounts of that case. But we need to get some wins based on animals' rights. Yeah. Like that they have a right to be rescued because of necessity, for example. And I'm sure and that there be laws on the books that really do protect livestock. Because if you or I treated a cat or a dog the way that Foster Farms treats its chickens, and the way Land O'Lakes treats its calves, and the way that Smithfield treats its pigs, oh my God, we would be in jail for animal cruelty. Yeah. So most states have exemptions for livestock in their cruelty laws, unfortunately. So they really aren't protected. California has an exemption, which is why we're the strongest state to start testing the rescue, is that they have some protections for livestock. And so that's what I hope to see. And I think that a couple of the upcoming cases are going to be stronger in terms of the right to rescue and the animals having rights, and maybe being able to use the necessity defense.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Yes. And for all beings, right? And we were talking about on the panel how we even separate species, right? So, right, if this had been a dog or a cat, it would have been a no-brainer, right? Like, wouldn't even have happened. But even if it had been a macaw or a parrot, right? So just another kind of bird of the same species, but these are chickens. So it's like we're close. I think we're close.
People say to me, and they probably say to you too, they say, well, they're bred to be eaten. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, that doesn't take away their sentience, right, their feelings, their needs, their instincts. In fact, it's actually worse, because especially birds like this, Cornish cross, they are bred to get so big so soon. That's one of the reasons that they can't stand up, because their bodies are so big. They get terrible terrible problems, physical problems. They crave food all the time, which is why it was so odd that our birds whom we rescued did not eat very much at all after we rescued them. That is very unusual for a Cornish cross, and was part of our explanation of how we knew they were sick, is that they didn't really eat much. So these hens they're bred to be eaten by us, but that doesn't make them any less sentient. It just makes them actually more suffering in their short lives.
Yeah. I mean, if we could read all of that out, right, then there just would be would be one when that's not a way we're going to go. But I mean,
no,
stop it. Just
just stop.